Hi friends! Welcome back to Junie B. Jones's Captain Field Day by Barbara Park. We're going to be reading chapter 7 today, but first let's talk about what happened in chapter 6. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to think about what happened in chapter 6. Let's get that picture up there for you. So our characters were Junie B. Jones's classroom 9 and then the other classroom 8. What happened in the chapter was that it was now time for the softball throw. And when they threw the softball, or Polly Ellen Puffer was the first one to throw the softball, and he didn't throw it very well. And everyone was very disappointed. They had another person who threw the softball really far. His name was Roger. But in room 8, they had a boy named Strong Frankie. And Strong Frankie threw that ball so far they never even saw it again. Junie B. Jones and her class were so disappointed. So let's see what happens in chapter 7 as they move forward. Chapter 7, Skunked. The skipping race came next. Room 9 chose our fastest skippers. Their names were Charlotte, Jamal Hall, That Grace, Lenny, and Meanie Jim. Those people can skip like lightning, I tell you. I made up a cheer for them. Its name was Go Skippers. Here are the words to it. Go Skippers, go Skippers, go Skippers, go Skippers. I cheered real loud in front of room 8 because I thought we would really win this one. Only what do you know, we didn't. Some of our skippers cried a little bit. We got skunked, Lenny said, very sniffling. Skunked means our score is a goose egg, said Jamal Hall. And a goose egg is a big, fat 0, said That Grace. And a big fat 0 is when you're stinking up the place, said Meanie Jim, very glum. Mrs. did not like that kind of talk. Hey, that's enough of that, she said. I'm very proud of all of you. You did your best, and that's all anyone can ask, right, Junie B? Yes, I said, plus also a win would be nice. I sat down, and Mrs. looked at me for a real long time. The Tug-of-War Event is next, she said finally. How about another cheer from our team captain to get us charged up? No, thank you, I said. I already did a cheer for the skipping team, and look where that got us. Mrs. made squinty eyes at me. Try, she said. I stood up. Rah, I said. Thank you, said Mrs., and I sat back down. All of us lined up for the tug-of-war. Room 8 held on to one side of a rope, and room 9 held on to the other side. Mrs. tied a bow right in the middle of it, and she drew a line on the ground in front of each team. Okay, people, she said. Whichever team pulls the bow over their own line is the winner. Is everyone ready? Yes, 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 shouted room 8. Room 9 just looked at her. William was behind me. I'm not that good at tug-of-war, Junie B, he whispered. I never even did tug-of-war before. Join the club, bud, I grumped. After that, the room 8 teacher blew her whistle, and both teams started to pull. Room 9 pulled and pulled with all our strength. People, we're doing it, I shouted out very shocked. We pulled some more, and then all of a sudden we heard a loud holler. It was Strong Frankie. He yanked the rope as hard as he could. Then Lenny and Ricardo fell down in the grass, and the bow went over the line. Room 8 went crazy and happy. They were loud and laughing. Room 9 walked to the water fountain very sad, and we sat down next to the building, and we didn't talk for a real long time. Finally, Mrs. came to get us. Come on, boys and girls, there's just one more event to go, she said. She took us to the pull-up bar. The room 8 teacher smiled real big. All right, everybody, it's time for the pull-up contest, she said. Polly Ellen Puffer stared at her. Big whoop, he said. Then the room 8 teacher tattled on him, and Polly Ellen Puffer had to sit by himself for time out. Mrs. was not happy with us. Okay, children, I understand that you're not in a good mood, but one of the things we learn in field day is to never give up. Room 9 is not a bunch of quitters, are we, Junie B? I looked at the faces of room 9 kids. Pretty much, I said. Mrs. threw her hands in the air. Okay, that's it, she said. I'm not going to take no for an answer. There must be someone in room 9 who has the spirit to keep trying. Which one of you children has the courage to not give up, huh? How about you, Jamal? Will you try to do a pull-up for your team? She asked. Jamal pulled his shirt up over his face so no one could see him. I believe that's a no, I said. Mrs. looked around some more. Grace, she said, how about you? Will you do a pull-up for us? No, I can't, she said. I really, really can't. I'm only strong in my feet. I'm not, yelled a loud voice. I'm strong all over my body. Room 9 turned around. It was strong Frankie again. He made another arm muscle at us. I stamped my foot at that guy. Stop doing that, Frankie, I hollered. Stop tooting your own horn, because that is not even polite. And anyway, room 9 has lots of strong people too. We have people who can do a jillion push-ups, in fact, so there. Ha! Strong Frankie crossed his muscle arms. Like who? He asked. I put my hands on my hips. Like lots of people, that's who. Like. Just then, a boy from room 9 raised his hand a teeny bit. Like me, he said. Just then, he walked right up to the pull-up bar, and he stood there all by himself. And I did a gasp. And the other children did gasp too, 'cause what do you know? It was William. All right, friends, that is the end of chapter 7. Boy, that was an exciting end to chapter 7. I'm so excited to see what happens in chapter 8. Let's recap what just happened in chapter 7. Let's get that picture up there. So chapter 7, the characters are still all of room 9 and all of room 8. In chapter 7, they had the tug-of-war and the skipping contest, and room 9 still lost both of those. In the end, Strong Frankie came over and was bragging to the students about how he was stronger than everybody until something happened. William, you know, the boy that Junie B. Jones calls Crybaby William, stood up and said that he could do a lot of pull-ups. I'm so excited to see what happens in our next chapter. I will see you again, friends, when we read the final chapter of our book, Junie B. Jones's Captain Field Day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.